Hello, my friend, wherever you are. I'm sending you love, the power of positivity, and vitamin D, baby, coming from up there and right in front of your screen, my friend. How are we doing? Welcome to the Gazillionaires Club, and we are at a state park, Obi State Park in Tennessee. And let me get on my hammock here. We're at a state park, and out there is the beach. I'm gonna go out there and swim after I make this video because man, it's probably 90 right now, and it's super hot. So my friend, we passed Kentucky. So Kentucky was a short. It was a small state, so I kind of cruised through it quite quickly within a day and a half. But some of the so Ohio, after I went south on Ohio, then I went down to Kentucky. So the bridge, the Ohio River, is the separation of the state line for Kentucky and Ohio. And the moment when I got over in Kentucky, I went to a gas station and I spoke to the gas station lady, and I also spoke to one of the gas pumpers, and it's a different kind of accent. And I was like, wow, this is pretty cool. And and during my drive in Kentucky, there were two people that waved at me, because ever since I left Montana and then North Dakota after that, then Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, it's like people don't. I just had lunch. It's not normal for people to like wave, so people don't wave as much. So I just kind of stopped waving, and then I was driving today. I was in the town called Lancaster in Kentucky, and then there was this gentleman and his wife. They were driving. They're probably retired. I would say 70s, in their 70s, and they kind of waved at me, and I was like, oh my God, somebody waved at me. Hi, because I used to do that all the time, right? Hey, this is Con. And now it's kind of cool to see people, wave at me. That was the first one. The other one, it was somewhere in Kentucky. I was driving, and then they waved at me, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And then Kentucky, if I have to describe Kentucky, I didn't get a chance to able to ask people like for the three words that I randomly just ask people. Hey, what do you think of of your state? What is the one word that you think of when I say the name of your state? And I didn't get a chance to do that. But I guess Kentucky for me is it's beautiful. I saw some of the like part of the drive. It was very similar to Teletubbies Land. All the hills, yes, and people are definitely nice. Like they waved at me, like oh, and it was beautiful. Like if I have to, and I get the sense of like old school as well. Like because all of like right after I crossed right after from Ohio into Kentucky, some of the buildings in that area, I forgot the name of that town, but it was like classic. It's like you are going back into like the 1800s kind of. So that was pretty interesting. Is it 1800s or 1980s? Oh, that makes sense. I don't know, but if I have to describe Kentucky, it was beautiful. And now we are at so some of the cities that I went to. So Lexington in Kentucky, that was huge. And then after Lexington, I went down to Lancaster. Lancaster is a small town, but Somerset, that was a big town. And then after Somerset, uh, then here, then close to Albany. Albany is at the border of Kentucky, between Kentucky and Tennessee. And oh, the other thing that I have to mention, a lot of people modify their cars, yes, into race car. Like there's a lot of modification, especially with the muffler, loud engine, and like even reading some of the review on for Walmart and stuff like that. Like there tend to be a lot of racers in Kentucky, and at first I was like, okay, but then after like just driving around town, like there are a lot of cars with like loud mufflers, and they're like they're not like I didn't see anything that I would consider like a muscle car, but just simple car where they just kind of modify the muffler and probably something under the hood as well, because there was one car, man, that thing was a beast. I can just listen to it. I mean, I don't know much about cars, but I'm just saying, like, it's kind of like when you listen to a car with like, it's like you can say, okay, what? So overall, it was short, a day and a half maybe. But even on my way down to Florida, most of the routes that I'm taking is scenic routes, because scenic routes, like, you get to see the beauty of the state. And I mean, I want to enjoy it. I want to, I want to see the, make video. I want to be, I want to see something outside of, Seattle, Washington. And when I found this little, even though we're not in Kentucky no more, but when I found this Obi Lake State Park, it's beautiful, and we are currently at the border of, I mentioned this, between Kentucky and Tennessee. Tennessee is going to be short because it's more of a rectangle. So I'm just gonna slice right through it, and I'll get some video going. For the last couple of days, I've been, well, not couple of days. I mean, I do well. It just like today, I'm able to get out of my car and have Boy here with me. This is a beautiful park where families and campsite, and we have the marina. So sad. So sad. Which one is it? Where people set off their boat and the water, I went down to the water earlier, and the water is beautiful. Not, what am I saying? The temperature is like in the 75 and above. But man, it's just like warm water, and I'm just gonna go in there and dip myself in it. So my friend, much love wherever you are, and I'm keeping track of my journey. Hopefully I can bring you some peace, some joy, some happiness, and if you are not living life, you gotta start living, because ever since I travel, everything is pretty much normal. Like, people are, I stop, like, I don't even know which state is blue or red anymore. I honestly don't. I don't know which one is blue and red. I just go from one state to another, and then, what I usually pay attention to, is the people in the area, and then all of the signs, like city ordinances, and the way people dress, the way people interact with each other. You can kind of get a sense, like, you don't need a label on people. Like, you can just tell, if you observe enough. So, by the way, correct my pronunciation, okay? Is it Marina or Marina? I think it's Marina. So my friend, whichever the case, make a video. Show me where you at. I want to know where you're at. Like, you know, we got to make video. We got to post it up there. We got to show people that everything is still okay. Stop watching the news. Stop being on social media. Con, you've been vaccinated, son. Like, people are out here swimming. Like, ever since I travel, like, you know, this whole COVID thing, it's like, okay, it's there. But people treat it like just like a flu. Like, you know, even when I go into Walmart and stuff like that, I mean, you know, like I would see 2 out of 10 people would wear a mask. And if people want to wear a mask, that's okay. Like, but you know, when you force it on people, and when you, my friend, that are watching, if you're living in fear and you think that other people is gonna kill you because of this whole COVID, you might be part of the problem and not the solution. Don't hate the player, hate the game. My suggestion is go out there, go to a different city, okay? Go into a town, go into where there's not a lot of people so that you don't get infected, if that's the right word. But, wow, that's loud. Okay, my friend, just go out there, start living life, okay? Any question, use the hashtag Gazillionaires Club. Ask Con about his trip, about his the RV lifestyle, about, you know, if I came across your state, let me know, you know, because I've been many states now. So probably, you know, one of you watching this video, I probably went across your state. Okay, it's getting long, but I will see you in the next video. Ta-da, my friend.